My second review of this channel is not a small one. As a matter of fact, it's an entire citadel. The Sunless Citadel is the first ever 3.0 Dungeons and Dragons module I've introduced in my 5th edition campaign. I'm playing with 5 of my awesome friends. I read this book a few weeks ago and I have to say there is a lot I love about this one, and there might be some minor things I dislike a little bit. But first things first, if you want me to keep doing these reviews and I got a lot where it came from, then please consider subscribing to my channel, thumb up this video and comment below, because it really helps me out a lot. So, to keep things very short, twig blights, skeletons and a crazy ass druid guarding a tree. That's basically the Sunless Citadel in a nutshell. If you want to keep things simple and you just want to run a fun little campaign that's a little bit railroady, then please feel free to get this from Amazon or somewhere else, because it will be worth your time and you will be having a lot of fun for about 2 or 3 play sessions if you have play sessions like mine, who last about 3 to 4 hours. So the story of the Sunless Citadel is that there is a little town called Oakhurst, and a few miles away from that town there is a citadel who used to stand there, cast its shadow over the old King's Road, but then suddenly it disappeared. Yes, some people say it sank into the earth, and it is for the player characters to find out what really happened in the Sunless Citadel. I'm not going to spoil what really happened in the Sunless Citadel. Also, a lot of people expect a crazy ass druid, who I'm not gonna name here, is living there, and he is guarding some kind of tree that spawns some kind of rare fruit, a very rare fruit in the summer and one in the winter. The thing I really like about these older modules is that they have a map in the inside of the book, and on the other inside end of the book they also have a part of the map of the other part of the dungeon, which is really easy. Like you all probably know, I am a very big fan of old school Dungeons and Dragons artwork, and this again is some very cool old school Dungeons and Dragons artwork. It is not in color, there's not any color inside of this book, it's just all black and white, pencil drawings or pen drawings, I don't know, just some sketches of things. These drawings set more of an atmosphere then they actually represent the thing the players are seeing. And that for me is one of the most important parts of Dungeons and Dragons, because it is, after all, in your mind. I have to admit that I find this adventure to be a little bit railroady. Basically, once the characters decide to go into the Sunless Citadel, there's only 2 ways to go really, and that's deeper into the Sunless Citadel and the levels underneath the Sunless Citadel, or to go out of the Sunless Citadel and just go somewhere else, because after all, it's Dungeons and Dragons and they can do whatever the heck they want. So basically everything you can expect from a citadel who sank into the earth and has been there for ages is in this book. Yes, I'm talking bugbears, I'm talking skeletons, twig blights, a crazy ass druids, even some dragon-y type things which I'm not going into detail about, traps, everything you expect. This brings me to a very cool thing. There is a NPC in this module who goes by the name of Meepo and is a kobold. This is the most likable character my players have ever encountered. Please, if you are a dungeon master and you are going to run this book, please play Meepo the way he was intended to, by reading his description. Meepo is such a likable character that one of my players, whose name is a secret but I will give you a hint, he created a player character based on Meepo. No, he created Meepo as a player character. His player character died. Yes, people actually die in my campaigns. Somehow he managed to create a Meepo who was even more likable than the Meepo in this module. Another little downside to this book is, and all these 3.5 and 3.0 modules have this, that the the monster statistics of these monsters are really, they are a mess. They literally are a mess. For one, I don't really mind, because I am mostly using monsters from the 5th edition Monsters Manual and the Volos Guide, but still there are some challenge ratings, the hit die, the whatever their attack is, special abilities are, and they are just summed up in one words and numbers, and I am very dyslexic, so for me this is just a page. This is just a blank page for me, basically. And I have never seen a creature called Appendix, but it says right here that it has statistics, so if you ever find yourself out of inspiration and you just want to survive as a dungeon master for 2 to 3 sessions by railroading the crap out of it, having your characters discover the secret of the Sunless Citadel, this really isn't that bad of a buy. Yes, some of the texts in here are a mess, but still, once you get around that, it is a really good dungeon. It is really, really well built. It has some cool secrets and it has a very cool ending. Especially when one of your characters decides to cast a fireball, they all have to run and he's the only survivor. Or did more survive? Probably a few survive. I don't know, a lot of people die in my campaigns. Just saying. If you play with me, you'll die. And if you refuse to die, I will give you a deck of many things. Shit goes wrong when you give people a deck of many things.